Hello, I'm Crickets, and welcome back to I Have a Story. I've been talking about these systems and my problems with these systems because this is all terribly wrong, horribly wrong for everybody, except for the criminals. I've talked about my brother and a little bit about his lifestyle. Being a drug addict, a drug dealer, living on the streets, living a very dark life. And go back through my videos and watch my video about is this what broke my dad? And I speak a lot about what happened to my brother as a kid. I've even talked about how my brother started swinging back at my dad. I understand a lot of my brother's pains. I open him back up, but it's still puffy and sore. But my brother and his girlfriend, they were both convicted felons and couldn't get welfare. But then they found out if they had a kid together, they could get welfare. So a couple of drug addicts decided to have a kid just so they could get welfare. She ended up dying of a heroin overdose. And when my brother went back to prison again, I wanted to know what happened to the kid. Obviously, you watch my channel, I'm all about children. I love them. So I tried finding out where that child went after my brother got picked up and went to prison, because he was going to do many years in the state pen again. And I didn't even look up for what all that one was even for. Typically it's drugs and violence. But I worried about that kid. What happened to the kid? I spent weeks and weeks going all through the system trying to find out what happened to the boy. But yet, the system wouldn't tell me. I explained that was my brother. I'm this child's uncle. I want to adopt this kid and keep the kid out of the system and in our family. I can only imagine what the kid's life, what the kid was even like, but I still wanted to keep the kid in our family. I didn't want the kid to go into a system and become even more twisted and messed up beyond what he's already seen in his life, being in that environment that he was already raised in. And I understand that it would have been difficult because of the kid's life and situation, what it all had already been, which I don't even know, but I know is bad. But the system wouldn't tell me. Due to the crime and the offense that my brother committed, and I'm guessing possibly narked, because maybe that had something to do with it. I don't know. Like I said, I'm so tired of following people's digging up information on people who just want to keep doing bad things. At a point, you throw in the towel on some of it, if not all of it, and I'd thrown it in on all of it except for when it came down to that kid. But the system would not tell me. We need to protect that kid. I'm trying to protect that kid. I'm his uncle. I want to keep the child in the family, not in a system. And I fought, and nobody would even tell me where that kid was at. Nobody would tell me anything, give me any information. That's wrong. I'm family trying to adopt my nephew, or at least give him a temporary home until my brother gets out of prison or whatever could possibly happen. And maybe that was the problem. Maybe they just related all my brother's offenses to me, because that's happened many times in my life. Even on, didn't forget about it. I was a teenager. There was a guy who had the same exact name as I did, but he was a troublemaker, and I used to get pulled over because they would run my plate and say, "Oh, that's him," and never run the background. Just that's him. That's the name. I used to get pulled over all the time back in high school and just out of high school because I was still in the same area as him and had the same name, and he'd get in a bunch of trouble, and I'd get pulled over for it. But fortunately, I never got in any trouble for it. Just constantly pulled over. But with my brother, I've also had a lot of people come after me because of we're brothers. My brother would piss people off and they'd come after me because they could find me and couldn't find him. I'm not hiding because I don't get in trouble. Other people put me in positions of trouble all the time throughout my whole damn life, and I'm sick of it. So I don't know whatever happened to that kid. And it hurts. And it's wrong of a system not let a family be able to take a family member's child. Especially, I have no criminal record. There was nothing, there was no reason for them not to, other than whatever took place with what my brother did and the whole situation through all of that. That is what they claim deemed me unable to even have any information or know if the child was even still alive. Again, court systems don't care about families, children. All it's done is fucking hurt.